Alright guys, we're back with Boxer Bonanza. So I'm going to tell you what we've got here. What we've got is a dog that's very, very focused on other dogs to a fault. Because if you've got a dog that every dog it encounters is gnashing its teeth and lunging out defensively, that's like every person that you meet says, get away from me, stay back, I'm getting a restraining order. Am I wrong? That's what that is, isn't it? So, you know, that's when it's sort of like that thing when everybody around you is being a jerk. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's not all of them. It's you. So that's the approach right there. What I'm looking at here, you guys, is a young dog. And again, I'm saying to myself, how interested is the dog in the treats? Not that interested. So what I'm doing is building up the drive. But sometimes what you're going to have to do with one like this, you guys, is just interject yourself into the dynamic. And I'm always talking about, you know, safeguard the uninhibited state, but we do have to craft that state to be within the bounds of what we need it to be. And if it's uninhibited state is nothing but haranguing and harassing other dogs, well, we need to change that. I've got some nice angles here, though, and that's what I want you guys to understand. That's how I'm getting those spins on these dogs. I'm only doing it when I can see I've got an angle that's going to shoot the momentum in my direction. That's what I'm looking at. If it's got an odd angle and it shoots in the wrong direction, that's not going to get me the footwork that I want. And yes, I've got my potatoes on stuff. All right, so I'm looking for my angles. Bounty! And I'll tell you the kind of friend I am. Unconditional. I give you gifts, I never bring it up again. I never ask for anything in return. That's who that dog needs to see me as. If you think he wants to hang around for head pets, no he doesn't. But I'll tell you what I've got is a nice curve of the land to get the dog moving in my direction. So what I'm saying to myself right now, and what I did was hit the pager and then I just went. And you guys have got to be ready to do that. You've got to have enough confidence. We're only like, or you need a better angle so you're not going back and forth between you and the dog.
Okay.
Good. I'm going to try to get it. Just, yeah, kind of blend back. Don't move around. Don't move around. Don't do anything to attract it to you. You know, because in these very beginning stages, you guys, I mean, you don't, there is a margin for error. I mean, I do want you to understand that. That's why, you know, there's such a margin for error with this thing. You know, with me, obviously, I'm being paid to do it, so I mean, we're expecting less error. So I've got a little guy now that's a little more interested in the traits. But you see, I didn't react to that at all. I'm looking for my angle. Howdy! Oh, I'm such an unconditional friend. You know, and I'm deliberately having absolutely no interest in this dog whatsoever. I will tell you, with this, a dog like this, because this is no sensitive dog, if you said that pager's freaking him out, I'd say, really? Small-mindedness of people not to even be able to understand it as a communication tool is beyond me. Is beyond me. So again, I've already had the same, you know, what I'm looking for is reruns. I'm looking for a rerun of that show we just had. Or you don't have a good angle, though, so you're going to have to somehow get a different angle.
Okay, where do you want me to go?
I don't know, I just want...
Sit along.
Well, that's... He's going to go that way. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be going that way.
Okay.
No, you're going to have to come this way. I don't want anything over there drawing him away. Well, no, I tell you what's going to be drawing him away.
You want me
You
right
need to
next to
maybe
you?
just come with me. It's very, get over there in the shade. If you blend over there in the shade, you need to start wearing a lot more camo. See, he's already following, just don't have any reaction. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. Because I can recreate the same scene. If I change the scene and have an actor now standing right there, that's going to muddy up my scene. And risk that the dog is going to go to that person. Oy, oy, oy. You'll get a little zoom in on her face. So what's going to happen? But what I'm saying to myself is I do have a dog that's maybe not as much becoming more interested in the treats, but it's becoming less interested in the other dog. But if you know, Chi-Chi came out here and started jumping around, yeah, that'd be all she wrote. Thank God we have this pond to entertain Shu. Am I wrong? Who knows what she'd be doing?
Yeah, she loves it.
You know, and even though, you guys, and this is what I'm saying to myself, I don't like the behavior of this dog just harassing this other dog, but I also need to safeguard and understand somewhat that's what it is. It's a dog that's very interested in playing and engaging other dogs, which ends up being like a good dog friend for another dog that has those same traits. All right, so I already know if I can get him around that curve over there, I'm going to be going right that way. You need to blend back into the bush, and you're not having any movement, and that's, all right, watch. Bowdy! So I gave him 3 treats that time. And he's starting to get, you know, I'll tell you what I'm not doing is giving him a great big bowl of food and then coming out here. You know, and I mean, I'm actually surprised more people don't. I did have somebody say that one time, you know, oh, like, you know, it looked like it was so hungry, you know, when you get these, you know, like if somebody said, oh, it looks like you were starving Chi-Chi because the way she just goes after the food, you know, and it would be like, yeah, no, that's a state of mind. All right, so I'm going to tell you what, but, you know, I'm actually surprised more people don't say that. So basically what I did, and that's my job, you guys, my job is not to wait till this dog isn't coming to me and then get a long line and pull it to me or whatever. My job is to create the behavior that I want. If I had to have a long line to do that, well, I probably would use one. I think we do have one here somewhere. We do. We have like a horse lunge line somewhere. For real bad ones. If we got a big bad Malamute in here, we'd put it on it. You know, the most I ever do is let one drag a leash, because this is how quickly. And again, I've got my, you know, we're straight pager here at this point. But now what I'm saying is I've got a dog that's becoming more interested in me. The more interested he becomes, the less interested I become. I have my own hobbies. Training my fish. All right, see, now you see what I'm getting. Now he's begging me to like him. You see that? He's clawing my leg. I am going to default. I am going to reward that default. Because you have to be careful with one like this in the beginning that he didn't conclude just sitting there didn't get me anything. And that never worked. Like me, one time I called AT&T. I don't get what I want. I never call back. I know that was a few story. Never mind.
Oopsie.
Like, oh my God.
Oopsie.
I'm going to have to inform her. She's insane. Oh, I unfriended Breck. Remember my plan to unfriend Breck to see how long it took him to notice? Well, he still hasn't noticed. So much for my
He probably is like me and barely goes on like at 20 seconds at night. 20 seconds at like night when I'm falling asleep.
Last time when I was, it took him a year to figure it out, and then he said, oh,
yeah.
You unfriended me. I go, Breck, closed my account a year and a half ago.
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
A year and a half ago. So now I'm saying a lot of things to myself. You guys gotta listen to this one.
Okay.
You know, I've got a dog that's jumping all over me. I'm making a deliberate effort not to be influenced by that at all. Oh, because he'll drop me in a minute for his little friend now. what I'm saying to myself, you guys, is, yeah, I'm really thrilled we got things going in the right direction. And boxers have some, if you cannot put a fast recall on a boxer,
You want me to keep going?
you can't put a fast recall on anything. These dogs have so much speed. And I don't know as I was aware of that before Lulu. Once I begin, because you know how fast Lulu is, watch out right behind his hands.
Okay, thanks.
But I'll tell you what I've got going in my advantage here. The fact that this water is a boundary for this dog. Because he isn't going to go in there. And so they are going to run along. They're going to have a tendency to run along. But we're going to be able to get some awesome slow-mos of him, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's just go back this way. All I'm thinking
Okay.
is, you know, I'm just going to tell you later, that's when you're going to add the mist on your recall to get him away from that dog. Not punish him for beating up the dog. Because I'll tell you who's getting sick of it, and you can see it, can't you, Summer? I'll tell you what's getting in the way of her video games is this little black puppy that
She's not going to put up with
like
her
a
too.
clip-on koala bear. All right, but look, I already know that I've got,
She's too good.
I'm pretty sure I can get my same behavior here again. So you get back in your same position.
Where was I here?
You're here, kind of blending. This is the way they see things. If there's something they don't, you know, it's not standing out, you're just blending in.
I'm in just a tree.
So I'm looking, this is where, stay on him. I'm looking for momentum. And later I would definitely later page him out of that. But I'm looking for him to be going that way with, and I'm just gonna tell you guys, this is not what I started out planning on doing with this dog. Because I was planning on doing the interject yourself in there, kind of like hello kind of thing. But again, that's what you're thinking. I'm seeing the scene here. And I could probably get him to do it from there, but I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to do that, because I need more momentum. So I only want to do, I want you to think that every time we're doing this, we're loading that pager with momentum. We're loading that pager with momentum so that later when you push that button, that's how we get that. But we don't, I don't have any, I have very little momentum loaded in there, so I'm not going to do it. She's figuring out that he's not going to go in there. She's safe up there. Right now, I'm just going to ignore him. They don't really have any idea what you do, or they don't care. If you just stand there staring into space, honestly, that does not seem strange to them. They don't care what you do. If that's what you like doing, because there's a lot of dogs, am I wrong, Summer, that just sit there and stare into space all day?
Yeah.
Might be getting on there, but... And I'm going to tell you right now, I feel confident that I could get it from here. I could get him from there going that way, but always to myself in the beginning, as much as possible, getting a bias towards distance. I would rather have 4 long distance recalls than 10 little short ones. And I can probably get him move both of them moving this way. You don't want to see him set up-ish though. I'm probably at this point, I'm going to tell you what that tells me though. I was going to say, I'm not even going to be able to fade away. So, between yesterday and today, and obviously we have a lot less dogs out here, but, you know, this is more towards an individual who's willing. You know, that's where you've got to start. I'd like to get one more little But if I didn't, I'd like to get one more, but if I didn't, I'm not going to worry about it. And the only reason I would even try is because the dog still has interest in the food. Oh, yeah, I could probably, if I didn't know other dogs around. Yeah, there we go. Plan is working. I have a lot of and they do need to see you guys. Really, it's just an entity in the environment any more than if I was just Molly seeing it. No, I feel much better about him today. Because yesterday we couldn't get his attention for anything. And if they don't like food, that's what you guys have to remember. That's what your job is, to build up food drive. Not say, it doesn't like treats, what else can I use? Because my answer is, I have no clue. If it's a Malinois, you can use, you know, retrieve drive, but you better know how to get a handle on that, or you can have yourself a monster. All right, guys, so that's where we're at, and you'll see, it's, you know, this dog is just, all honestly, we would have to do right now is add another individual, and he'd be bouncing off the walls, and we don't want to do that. We're going to shoot a quick movie called Puppies, and we'll see you guys next week.